Hey everyone, HMK here with some more thoughts and a theory on Zelda Wii U. Yes, the information we have at this point is very scarce, but when looking at the trailers over and over, there are things that don't add up, and as a theorist, I feel it's my duty to figure out what we can with what we've got. Why is Link wearing Gerudo bracers and a cloak? Why is this giant thing trying to give him the business? What does this all mean? In the past, I've theorized on potential fourth timelines, a story before or after Skyward Sword, but now it may have become clear why many things in Zelda Wii U are not adding up and why Nintendo has been so stagnant on revealing information on the game. That is because they are truly turning everything we know on Zelda on its head and giving us something totally fresh. They have told us this many times before, and with this realization, I think they meant it in a way bigger picture. That's because I theorize that the Gerudo in Zelda Wii U control Hyrule, and I have some ample proof behind it. This throws everything what everyone believed out of the window. People believe that Link was raised as a Gerudo. I believe that he was a collector of culture, and that's why he wore the bracers, but oh no, the real reason may be more darker than you can ever imagine. The reason why Link wears these bracers, and perhaps everyone in Hyrule does, is because the Gerudo owns everything. The land, the people, the culture. If they are truly in control, then those inhabiting the land must wear their fashion, either for allegiance or for identification. But before you get your responses ready, the bracers aren't the only sign that the Gerudo are controlling the land. In the Game Awards 2014 footage of Zelda Wii U, in the very beginning, you can see flags that are in a strikingly similar setup as the flags used by the Gerudo in the Gerudo Valley and the desert in Ocarina of Time, another sign of their culture and technology in the green fields of Hyrule. Along with that, we see outposts in the first two trailers of Zelda Wii U. The Gerudo have used these in Ocarina of Time to oversee activities, and probably use these to keep watch in areas of Hyrule. Remember in the first trailer, Link was near some farmers? Farmers that probably had to work for the Gerudo, cultivating food and resources for them. But how did the Gerudo get to control Hyrule? Well, that is very simple, my friends. That's because Ganondorf won, and he was never opposed and fulfilled his dream in moving his people out of the desert into the lush lands of Hyrule. Given that the technology and fashion are so similar to what we've seen in Ocarina of Time, it would have to be after the game's events in that timeline. But where would it fit specifically? Well, it wouldn't in any of the timelines, since Ganondorf and the Gerudo would have to rule for an exceptionally long time without dispute in order to enact these regulations we see in the Zelda Wii U trailers. The only logical sense is if there was a breach in the child and adult timelines, where Link never showed up as an adult to oppose Ganondorf. The sages would have never woken up to assist Zelda in sealing him, nor Ganondorf would have not claimed the entire Triforce and run the risk of being smited by the gods. One thought I had that will play into this without a hitch is if Ganondorf actually decided to kill young Link where he stood in his brief confrontation with Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time. That way, he could have easily claimed the 3 stones off his body, the Ocarina of Time from the river, along with Zelda's last message to Link, learning and opening the door of time for himself. This of course will lead to another timeline, but hey, Nintendo has created a what if timeline and ran with it, so I believe anything at this point. I'm looking at you, Downfall timeline. But wait, there's more. Without Link, Zelda would still be in hiding, and Ganondorf, along with the Gerudo, would be in control of Hyrule for God knows how long. And are you ready? This is why Link wears a hood. He is hiding from the Gerudo and Ganondorf. And also, if the Gerudo truly own Hyrule, then there's probably little to no way for Link to acquire his famous tunic, explaining his new attire from the trailers. These mechanical monsters that hunt him down are probably owned and operated by Gerudo. Now get this. In this sense, Link is probably a lone force of rebellion looking for a way to restore the Hylian royal family to power. Perhaps, in this sense, it would have you, as the player, search endlessly for the true heir of the Hylian throne, Zelda, a name that has vanished and is considered legend by this time. Get it? The Legend of Zelda. She is the legend in this game. Link is following the legend of Zelda to find her and restore her to her rightful place. If this was the case, then I would gladly accept the name of the Legend of Zelda. Simply that, for this Wii U game. But if we really want a name, then perhaps the name could be The Legend of Zelda Rightful Rule. Now, given all of these points, I can understand a bit why Nintendo is adamant on showing more footage and info on the game, since If the entirety of the game were to break the standard of Zelda with having Gerudo in power and with Zelda out of the picture for most part of the game, they are probably waiting on the right time to blow up on this game with new information on this new direction. A new direction that will probably have many fans confused and unsure about the choice that will definitely deal in the realms of power, leadership, rebellion against rule, treason, and government in a way that Zelda has never tackled before. In this game, you will have to potentially tear the entire system that the Gerudo have built in order to put the Hylians back into power. This is potentially one of the biggest challenges to Zelda conventions that Nintendo is dealing with, and perhaps they're trying to figure out how to deal with it in terms of promotion. Do the Gerudo Control Hyrule in Zelda Wii U? I believe so, and that may be the reason why Nintendo has never called this land of Zelda Wii U Hyrule, because Ganondorf and the Gerudo may have named it differently. What do you think about this theory? Leave your thoughts and more in the comment section below. I hope you enjoy these theories. Subscribe to get notifications when I upload more. While you're at it, rate the video. Until the next Zelda theory, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.